Hello, everybody, and welcome to the channel. We got some 1961 New York Yankees baseball on here, and we got the Yankees traveling to Kansas City to take on the Kansas City Athletics. And let's look at the starting lineup for the visiting New York Yankees. Leading off, playing shortstop is Quebec. Batting second, playing second is Bobby Richardson. Batting third, playing right field is Roger Maris. Batting fourth, playing center is Mickey Mantle. Batting fifth, playing first is Bill Skowron. Batting sixth and doing the catching is going to be Yogi Berra. Batting seventh, playing left is, is going to be Lopez. And doing the pitching on the mound for the Yankees is going to be the chairman of the board, Whitey Ford. And let's take a look at the hometown Kansas City Athletics. Batting leading off, playing short is going to be Dick Hauser. Batting second, playing second is Jerry Lumpy. Batting third, playing right field is Hank Bauer. Batting fourth, playing left field is Norm Serban. Batting fifth, doing the catching is Haywood Sullivan. Batting sixth, playing center is Bill Tuttle. Batting seventh, playing first is Marv Thornberry. And batting eighth, playing third is Andy Carey. And on the mound, batting ninth for the Athletics is Ray Herbert. And as you can see here, Mark's made the font bigger here in the play ball area. So helps out a heck of a lot. Let's take a look if it's bigger on the bench here when we get to the game. Let's take a look here. Now, it's still kind of small on the bench, but I play balls a lot better. Alrighty, let's get down here to the game and get it started here with the first pitch to Quebec. And a 46, that's going to be a ball hit down to Carey at third. He's up with it, throws over the Marv at first for the first out of the game. Here comes Bobby Richardson. Bobby's hitting 277 on the season. And a 36, that's going to be a pop up to second. 1-2 down here. Bumpy's got that. Here comes Roger. And a 24, and he strikes Roger out. 3 up and 3 down as we head to the bottom of the first. 2 up is Hauser, Lumpy, and Hank Bauer. So here we go with the chairman of the board on the mound for the Yankees. 45, and right away, Whitey walks the leadoff guy. Not what we want here. And we're going to do a little hit and run. Put the runners in motion here for the Athletics. And here we go. Uh-oh, that ball is hit well. A 34, a 7, single to right, running to third. And there you go. First and third, nobody out. That brings up Hank Bauer. And Whitey's got himself in a little bit of trouble here. And the first will play back. It's early. 56. That's a 34. Is a fly out to left field. That's going to be deep enough to get Hauser in. And Kansas City takes a 1-0 lead here in the bottom of the first. First out of the inning. So we got a runner on first now for Seaburn up. The Yankees get out of this mess with only one run. I guess they'll be happy. 22, and Seaburn squares this one up against him. A 42, a 6, and that's a double over first. And he'll stop at third. So Whitey's getting hit around a good bit here. Now we got second and third, and only one out. We'll play the infield in here, try to cut this run off. 55 and 8. That is a single over first. And both runners are going to score. Jeez, you Pete's. So it is quickly 3-0 here. What's going on with the chairman of the board? Getting beat up here. Only one down now. Bill Tuttle's up. And that is hit down the third. Boyer's only play is going to be over to first. Second out of the inning. Sutherland will make his way down the second for Thornberry. And a 20. This might not be good. Out at first. Hit down the second. Bobby's got that. And the Yankees get out of the inning. But Kansas City scores 3. Just like God, it's 3-0. In a blink of an eye. Here we go to the top of the second. And that's going to be a single in the left center for Mick. He gets on, brings up Moose. Maybe the Yankees can get some of these runs back here in the second. Here comes Bill Skowron, and he's hitting .264 on the year. And a 61, and that's going to be a double play. That ball's hit down the Hauser. Over to second for 1. Over to Thornberry for 2. 2 down now for Yogi. And Yogi's going to single in the left center. How big is that double play now? Sure. Here's Lopez up with a runner on first. And they strike Hector out. So the Yanks leave 1. Still trailing 3-0. So we go to the bottom of the second. Here comes Carey. 63. That's going to be a fly out to Mick in center. 1 down. Herbert's up now. And Ray's going to hit that ball down the second. Bobby Richards got that. Richardson, he fires over the bill. We're out number 2. Here comes Hauser up. And a 32, and that ball's hit down the second. So Whitey settled down here in the second inning. So we go to the top of the third, still 3-0 Kansas City. Here's Boyer. And Boyer gets a hold of this one. And that ball is driven into right field in the gap. And Clint's got himself a double. Brings up Whitey with a runner on second. See if he can help his own cause here. And he sure does. He drives that ball in the right field, and Boyer will score. And all of a sudden now it's 3-1. Runner on first for the top of the lineup here. Here comes Q back up. And that's a 2-ball, no strike count on Tony. And he's going to wrap this ball in the center field. Whitey will stop at second. And the Yanks got something going on here. First and second now, and nobody out. Here comes Bobby Richardson up now. And a 34. That's going to be a fly out to center. And that is not deep enough to get Whitey over. So 1 down here in the third. But here comes the M&M boys with a chance to tie this game up maybe, or get the lead. 24, and he strikes Roger out for the second time today. Up to Mick here. Can the Mick drive in forward and from second, and maybe even Quebec from first? And that answer is a definite yes. That ball's hit in the right field, bouncing around out there in the bullpen. And Mick's got himself a triple. And this game is tied up, folks. This game is tied up 3 apiece. And now you got Mick on third with the moose up. And the moose strikes out. And that ends the inning. But the Yanks score 3. And we're knotted up at 3 apiece as we go to the bottom of the third. Lumpy, Boyer, and Sebring's due up for the A's. Let's see what happens here with the Whitey. 43, that's a comebacker. Easy play for Ford over the Bill. Scouring at first, 1 down. Here's Hank Bauer. And a 23, that ball that's a strikeout. And a matter of fact, he struck out. I forgot to look at that. That's 2 strikeouts. Struck out Lumpy. And now he just struck out Hank. Back-to-back strikeouts for Whitey. And here comes Norm Seaburn. And a 41. And that ball's hit down the short. Quebec's up with it. Fires over to Skyron at first. 3 up and 3 down. We make our way to the top of the fourth. We got Bear, Lopez, and Boyer up. And a 53, that's a 15. That is first and second on error on Sebring out in left field. So Yogi ends up at second. Lopez. Oh, went too far. Should only been 1 base, huh? Do that over again. Error. E7, runner 0, 1 extra base, huh? Okay. All righty. Here we go with a runner on second for Hector. And that's a 25. That's a line drive right down the second. Lumpy had him played perfect. Yogi's able to get back, though. Brings up Boyer. He's doubled. His first time up. See if he can drive in Yogi from second. 53. It's going to be a 19. And he hits Boyer. What the heck's he thinking? Sure. Brings up Whitey. Whitey got a single his first time up and drove in a run. See if he can do it again here. First and second. 1 out. And not this time. That's going to be hit down to short. And Hauser's up with it. Fires over the second. And he fires over the Thornberry at first for the ending double play, 6-4-3. So the Yanks don't get anything out of that. They'll leave one. So we go to the bottom of the fourth now. You got Sullivan, Tuttle, and Thornberry due up. Hey, Tim. Oh, thanks, Tim. Doing good. Yeah, doing good today. Yeah, it was a nice race. Tightened up the points, that's for sure. Here's Sullivan, 36. And that's going to be a pop up the second. Bobby's got that all day, calls everybody off. One down here in the fourth. Here's Bill Tuttle. And Bill gets a hold of this off of Whitey. And that ball is hit down the left field line, bouncing around, and he'll end up with a triple. Lopez gets the ball in. And we'll bring the infield in. Try to keep this run from scoring. 31, and that's a walk. Not what you want here. But we'll play back now, first and third, and try to get the double play. Here's Carey. 41. That's a 28. And so that ball's hit down the short, and they're not able to get the double play. Carey's able to beat it out. The run scores. And it's now 4-3 with a runner on first. Kansas City's up now. Here's Herbert. And a 43, and that ball is hit back to Whitey. He fires over the first for the third out of the inning. But Kansas City adds one and goes up 4-1. Got the top of the lineup due up for the Yanks. Can they get that run back here? 36, that's going to be a pop-up. The second. One down. Here comes Richardson. And 2 balls, no strikes on Bobby. Can he take advantage of this count? And that's ball 3, 3-0 count. And he walks the hard way on 3 different rows. Bobby walks. Sure. That's doing it the hard way with Apba. 3 rows to finally walk. That's not a good sign for Kansas City. Here comes Roger up. He could give the Yankees the lead here with one swing. And he gets underneath of it. And that ball is popped up behind the plate in foul territory. One down. Here comes Mick. And that's a 17. That's a single to right. Runner to third, batter to second on throw. Now we got second and third. Only 1 out. 2 outs, rather. For Moose. And that ball is deep. That ball is back. That ball is hit in the center field. Way back there. Moose got all of that one, baby. And it is now 6-4. The Yanks on top. Sure. And now we got Yogi up with nobody on, 2 outs. And he gets a hold of this one. He drives that ball in the gap in right center. Tuttle's over and gets it, but Yoke standing on second. Starting to hit Herbert pretty good. That's going to get some bullpen action up. Here's Lopez. Can he get Yogi in? And a 40. That catcher fumbles. Plate bouncer. Batter safe at first. Runner to third. Error on the catcher. E2. Got first and third. They're not helping out Herbert any, are they? Brings up Boyer. Like I say, he's 1 for 1. Got hit by pitches last time up. See if he can get even with Herbert here. 36. And that's going to be a pop up to second. Lumpy's got it to end the inning. The Yanks score 3 on Moose's 3-run homer and take the lead at 6-4 Yanks. Got the top of the lineup due up now against the chairman of the board. Here we go, Dick Hauser. 52, that's going to be a strikeout. 1 down. Comes Lumpy. 14, that's going to be a fly out to left. 2 down. Here comes Hank. 42, and he strikes Hank out. Nice inning for the chairman. 3 up and 3 down. And Whitey will lead off the top of the 6th here. And he's 1 for 2 today with a single and an RBI. And he hits that ball back up the middle. Easy play for Herbert. 1 down here in the 6th. Brings up Quebec. See if Tony can get on here. And that ball was hit down to second. Easy play for Lumpy. He fires over the first. Thornberry's got it. For the second out of the inning. Bobby's up. He's 0 for 2 today. Can he get on here? Keep this inning alive. That's going to be a fly out right field. 3 up and 3 down for the Yanks. Go to the bottom of the 6th. 6-4 Yankees. Here comes Sebring, Sullivan, and Tuttle due up against the chairman. And that ball's hit well. And that ball is going to rattle around out there in left center. And Bill's got himself a triple. I think that's like the 3rd triple of this game, folks. Look here at the scorecard. Look at the scorecard here. I think that's the 3rd triple of the game. Mick's got a triple. Yep. Seaburn and Tuttle both got triples. 3 triples here today. They're going to bring the infield in here. See if they can cut this run off. 63. That's a 32. Is that going to be deep enough? Fly out. Runner holds. That ball was hit out to right field. Roger gets the ball in. They don't test his arm. That's 1 down. Keep infield in here against Tuttle. 63. That's going to be hit to center. Is that deep enough? And it is deep enough. Mick, no, that's a strikeout. Sorry about that. Oh, Whitey with that X strikes him out. Big K. Big time strikeout. Play back now. Thornberry's up. So Whitey going to pitch around that triple. A 61. Yes, he is. And that ball's hit down the short. He fires over. Tony does the first. The leadoff triple gets stranded at third. Yankees. And Whitey pitch around that. And this will probably be Herbert's last inning here. He's due to bat second in the seventh. Here comes Roger up. And Roger says, watch this. Go over that right field fence. Home run, Roger Maris. Got all of that one, folks. That ball was crushed. Brings up Mick. Herbert might not get out of this inning. Sure. And he walks Mick, and that's going to be it for Herbert. You got to get him out of here. See who they're going to bring in. They don't want to bring in anybody. It's like I say, whoever they bring in, they're going to pitch it for. Got a bunch of, you got a righty, lefty, righty. They'll bring in Rockto. They'll bring him in, try to get out of this inning. It's like I say, he's only going to get through this inning, and then they're going to pitch hit for him. Got a runner on first. Nobody out. There's Ed right at the top. All righty, let's see if he can get out of this. Bill Skowron, who's already homered today, 1 for 3 with a 3-run homer. See what happens here. 23, and he strikes him out. One down here in the 7th. Comes Yogi. Yogi is 2 for 3, a single and a double. See what he can do here. 61, that's going to be a fly out right. 2 down. Hanks got that one, throws it back in, and here comes Hector. And Hector's 0 for 3, so to say he's due would be an understatement. He's only hitting 171 on the year. And he's still due. And that ball is hit down to second. He'll go the short way over the Hauser for the out. So the Yankees strand a guy on, but they score one. Make it a 7-4 ball game. We make it to the 7th inning stretch. Yeah, well, that 3-run homer by Moose, that sure did put a big dent in that, didn't it? Here comes Carey, a pitch hitter, and Hauser due up. 26, and he strikes Carey out. The chairman's dealing now after the first inning. And we'll have a pitch hitter here. See who they're going to bring up. They only got one right-handed batter on the bench. Oh, they got 2. We're going to bring in Leo Posada. He'll pitch hit here. There's Leo. All righty, see what he can do off of the chairman of the board. A 62, and he strikes him out. Like I say, Whitey, that's going to be a 7th strikeout of the game. He's dealing today now. Got off to a rough start. Here's Dick Hauser, and he is 0 for 2. He's walked, grounded out, and struck out. And a 64, and he walks again. That's not what you want to do, Whitey. Here comes the Lumpies up now. And an 8. That ball is hit back to Whitey. I'm sorry, that ball's hit down to Moose. Moose has got it. Underhands the ball to Whitey, and that ends the inning. And you know what we're going to do? we're going to bring in Don Larson to pitch to his old teammates here. What do you think? Bring in Don Larson, Mr. Perfect, the Night Rider. Where's Larson at here? There's Don. Alrighty, he's got Boyer, Whitey, and Quebec due up here in the top of the 8th with your score 7-4. Yeah, like I say, we'll bring Larson in, Tim, having pitched to the Yanks. 35, and that is strike 1 on Boyer. 0-1 count. 44, and Boyer's going to single in the left against Larson. Leadoff runners on. And I think we're just going to be nice and have Whitey sacrifice here. See if he can get him down to second. 46, that's a 12. And it doesn't work. That ball was hit down the carry. And he fires over the second for the out. So Whitey's on at first now with the top of the order up. Here's Tony, one down. And Tony gets a hold of this off of Larson. And that ball is driven into right field. It splits the gap. And Whitey will stop at third. We got second and third, only one out. I have to bring the infield in, and Larson, he's not doing well against his former mates here. Here comes Bobby up. No, 2 second and third, one out. Infield in, 34, that's a 31. That's deep enough. Whitey's going to chuck in from third. That makes it 8-4. Now Rogers up. He's already homered today with a runner on second. And a 54. He's going to fly out to deep right, but Hank's got room out there. And that'll end the inning. But the Yankees add one more. And your score in the bottom of the 8th is 8-4 Yankees. You got Lumpy due up, Hank Bauer, and Norm Sebring due up for the A's here in the 8th. 23. That ball's hit down the second. Bobby fires over the bill. One down here in the 8th. Hank Bauer's up now. 43. And he strikes out Hank, another former Yankee. Sorry, he struck out Sebring. Hank led off the inning. Now we got Sullivan due up. Sorry about that, guys. And here's Sullivan up. 42, and he strikes out Sullivan. Shoo. That's the 9th strikeout of the game for Whitey. He is dealing, folks. Dealing. Here comes Mick up. Larson's going to stay in the game. He's due up 4th in the 9th if they can get to him. 23. He strikes out Mick. Mick tips his cap to him. Heads back to the dugout. Here's the Moose. He's 1 for 4 with that 3-run homer. 61. That ball's going to be hit down to Hauser. He throws over the Thornberry for the second out of the inning. And here we go. Former battery mates. Larson against Yogi. Carried Yogi off the field there in the World Series with that perfect game. 63, and he's going to fly out the Tuttle out in center. 3 up and 3 down as we head to the bottom of the ninth. And as RJL would say, are we going to see some ninth inning magic? Whitey says not if he can help it. Got the bottom part of the lineup up. Tuttle, Thornberry, and Carey up, followed by the pitcher spot. Here's the pitch. And that is going to be hit down the short. Tony's up with it. Fires over the first for out number 1. Thornberry up now with a 52 and strikes him out. 2 down. And here's Carey. Last shot for him. And he hits that ball down the short. Tony takes his time, fires over the bill, and that'll end the game, folks. Yankees win. Yankees win. The Yankees win 8-4 here in Kansas City. Let's look at the box score here. Headlines: Whitey Ford and Bill Skyron key in Yankee victory. A solid game for Bill. Powered the Yankees to victory on the mound. Whitey Ford picked up the win. Bill was 1 for 5 with a home run and 3 RBIs. Yankees are now 14-8. Line score: Yankees 8 runs on 12 hits and no errors. The Athletics 4 runs on 5 hits and 2 errors. Tony was 2 for 5. Mantle was 3 for 4. Mick had a nice game. Yogi was 2 for 5. Not bad. The Yankees were 4 for 10 with runners in scoring position. They left 7 on. How about that? Athletics. Norm was 2 for 4. Seaborn. Not much else. Like I say, had that walk and all in the first inning. Let's look at the scorecard here. A walk and a single, then the double, and then another single. And like I say, after that, Whitey settled down. 4th inning there, he gave up that triple. Then the fielder's choice RBI, and that was it. Just 2 more hits. Just 1 more hit after that. He shut him down, man. Shut him down after that. Like I say, Whitey 9 innings, 4 runs on 5 hits, 3 walks, and 10 big strikeouts. Sure. Herbert, 6 innings, 7 runs on 10 hits, 2 walks, and 4 strikeouts. The bullpen did good. Larson gave up that home run, but that was about it. Let's do some fast play games here in the American League. You got Cleveland going to Chicago. Let's see what happens here. And the White Sox win. Indians 3 runs on 2 hits, no errors. The White Sox 4 runs on 15 hits and an error. You got the Senators traveling to Detroit. And the Tigers win. Senators 2 runs on 6 hits and no errors. The Tigers 3 runs on 9 hits and 2 errors. Oh, thank you, Tim. Appreciate it. We got a double hitter here in Detroit. See if the Senators can get a split out of this. Tigers win. Sweep the doubleheader. Senators 3 runs on 6 hits and an error. Tigers 7 runs on 10 hits and an error. Let's go out to California. You got the Red Sox traveling out to Wrigley, LA. And the White Sox win a marathon of a game. 13 runs, 14 hits, and no errors. Angels, 10 runs on 13 hits and an error. Sure. You like offense, that was the game to go see. Now we got the Baltimore Orioles taking on the Twins in Minnesota. And Orioles win, pound at the Twins. Geez, you Pete's 12 runs on 14 hits and no errors. The Twins, no runs, got shut out, 7 hits and 3 errors. Shoo. Crazy. Let's look at the standings here after May 9th. You got the Angels a half a game up on the Yanks, a game up on the Tigers, a 2.5 up on the Red Sox and Indians, 3 games up on the White Sox. Orioles are 4 games back. The Twins are 4.5. Athletics are 7.5 back. And the Lonely Senators are holding everybody up with 9.5 games back. I want to thank. Yeah, exactly, Tim. That's crazy, ain't it? Yeah. Shut them out 12-0. We can go back and look at the box score of that game if you want. Let's see here. Take a closer look at it. Sure, they just pounded them in the first 3 innings, didn't they? 1 run in the first, 3 in the second, 4 in the third. How many of those runs was unearned? 5 of them was unearned, sure, especially late in the game there. Yeah, 3 runs in the ninth, sure, they was unearned runs. Let's look at the scorecard here. A walk, a single, and a hit batter. Then you had a single by Herzog, a home run, and bases on balls. Then you had another home run by Gino in the third. What was that? A 1? That was a grand salami, wasn't it? Yeah, it looks like it. Was no double play there. Yep, that was a grand slam. Followed by another home run by Breeden in the same inning. Shoo. Crazy. Crazy, crazy, crazy. Sent 8 guys up, didn't they? Woo. Mm. Then another home run. Williams had a home run there in the ninth. 3-run homer. Sure. Alrighty, I want to thank Tim for stopping by here at Municipal Stadium, Kansas City. If you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button, folks. And on the way out, hit that like button and leave a comment. I want to get off here and get something to eat. I might be back on with some Braves baseball. Let's see who the Braves are taking on here on the 9th. I think they're taking on the Cubbies. Yeah, the Cubbies come to Milwaukee. So later on this evening, I might do that game. Until next time, you all take care and have a great evening. You too, Tim.